Following is the text from the Transpanic magazine, produced as part of the Cekcahet Transpanic exhibition at Mission Gallery, read by the excellent Text Aloud, Ivona, Amy 22.
The body. It's not true, it's just me hiding from reasons alive within me. It's partly about my body, its lack of verve, my freezing slip-slide into circles around solitude, a heaving inaction as I drift. It's about what my body can and can't do, its lack of naturalness, lack of response, physical urge and need. It's a shutting down and out, a steadying, a denial, an inability to learn what I have, a lack of desire to lose control. It's a need to contain and keep secret and private, a body that is constructed, unwilling, merely functional in its cosmetic appearance to nothing more than a glance, a glancing blow. I have memory of the thrust and pull, the draw and plunge, the pressure, the release, the knowing that it's as should be, a resolute giving and fulfilling, a sharing of a physical feeling, one not against my will, but still one searing, full of loss and vacuous distant yearning, hope for a different future, a future I could engage with. It's a future that I am now part of, living, that I inhabit, my mind and head striking deeper foundations. It's a future that is there for others to see too. But it's also a future that my body still cannot match, no matter how much I want it to. There lingers still the fear, the uncertainty in what I am for, and now, a creeping loss of memory even of what I used to be, memory that I am fighting to forget yet also fighting to pull something back from. It isn't that today is harder than yesterday, today is fire, yesterday embers, a longer burn, a harder slog. Now there's naked flames, but flames swept and whipped by horror, haunted by the knowledge that, while I've done everything to fold away the worn patches, hide the split seams, the snags, the rips, the mess, the tears of the past, and although they're out of sight now, they are still weaknesses that I cannot escape from, no matter what. You ask about this horror, this haunting. I can only point and push at myself, still this half-formed thing, and a life rocked daily by waking from under a soft blanket of dreams. The blood. They tore me from the front to the rear, ripped from here to here to here. They had to make another hole. My insides came out my front. I write about times years ago when I bled. I write about years past when those times were bleak. You deliver me safely from the freak that I am. This isn't what you thought. You appeared from the woods. There's a hidden track. You said, a hidden path. You'll get lost whichever way you take. I'm not going to show you what I found there. You make out there's ways and means, other signs towards your neon golden. I can't pretend to know, sorry. The gaps between understandings of one another, I catch your eye, you mine, trying to second guess you. You've reached a conclusion, me and you are out of sync, I know, but you somehow reached the end intact, that bass, that voice, primary, I got faith, you credence, damned if you do or don't, you battered my mind flat, a stormy shape only you could have forged, cartoon-like, sky dark around, sunlight shielded by the weight of fast fleeting clouds, heavy with rain, the blood courses still, but only once I sleep. Your dreams were where my dreams led me, now mine are still haunted by you. Waking brings sloth-like moves, looking for my North Star, fueling my sorrows, my head, but your harrowing hectoring hollowing headaches, I've dared not leave, fearful of you and your face, you and I are full of hell. My head's just fighting wolves, I know your head howls too, the queen, her mouth yawns and yelps, she's off, towards the woodland fire, I'm scared she'll turn up somewhere you can't find. You're not looking out for me much any longer, bound up with your own wolves, my table's set for 7 now, the whole pack's coming for dinner. They sing in a chorus till my ears bleed, they split their jaws, cracked wide open, they rip into one another's throats, the taste makes them rabid for more. My and your wolves, are mine and yours, forever. They all learnt their stealth in your backyard, though, pacing, waiting. They tear up the earth, tear up the carpet, beat me home. They lurk, their backs arched and twisted, hair and hackles raised. They turn and glare. They follow me to work, pace up and down the shopping aisles, sit with me at the dinner table. They are patient. They can outwit me. You and I know why you let them in long ago. My heart beats a little slower. You are still beautiful. I'm just waiting around to die. You say, it's been quiet since you left. The nights are full of flight. You just sit and stare. Are you one of them? You ask me, between heaves. Are you going to be different, another thing, one of those things? You shake me awake, you shake, and you shake me back awake. Didn't want to believe, didn't want to be near me. This dirty mess of a home, made for you and me. This isn't what I asked for, this isn't what you asked for me. I write the words in answer to what you ask, with my eyes closed, ears flat, hard against the bright and questioning light. Let's make a pact that we cannot break. I say that no one else can feel or see. Let's dive into the river together. Let's run out in the fields beyond the lake. Let's move to the seaside, to the island way out. Count down the days. I don't know what I have to tell. If my vial is empty, what point is there to let others hear? I'm alone afterwards anyway. I look at you looking at me, asking questions, misunderstanding. This is a hymn for me and my kind. I say, the woods scream there's no such thing, no such place. I steal what I need to make it through the next day. I start to pull at those fraying edges you'd left behind. I need a blanket of flames to burn it all down. I strain to see and hear, to catch a sign you were there, but you're soft and fleet of foot. Jammed the door with a pull, tried to pretend all was well. Were you sick of the overheard, just a conversation with myself? You yelled in my ears until I was deaf. Performance is a transmission. I've lost my signal and code, last night or the night before last, I don't care which night. Burning fires, for no one but yourself, getting scorched, singed, blackened around the edges, the passing of intimacies, secrets hidden close. This is just spectacle, shoots, misses, burns. I cried for help. My insides snapped, broken by crusty, jabbing hands. They tripped over, forced and jumped, split and ignored, cared but made brilliant mistakes. These words make my tale more real. The memory is bright but fractured now. I've come in at the end here. You've stopped short of telling me anything more. No reason to go back to the beginning. I knew you were there with me then, saying you'd hold me, that you'd told me I was in safe hands. But your eyes wandered off, away and left me to my own bare walls, walking around with my shit down my front, one bag on my belly, another loop to my groin, secrets only I've seen. There was no one to tell me what to do. Is this your sleeping state? You're lost and found. These songs are songs of shame, on a broken record player. Cut off these hands before you, as you walk again and again, circling. I can see a darkness. I keep these stories to myself, a shoulder, an arm, hand hooked around. On the day of the dead are still alive. I never died. You never neither, didn't lose, leave one another. You won't be long for this world. I say, you appear less and less in front of me, less and less you block my own view of me. But less and less do I now recognize what I see. The face staring back doesn't meet my gaze. They know you, know you're here. They have you surrounded. It's cold where I am, I said. I'd have taken more clothes if I'd known. Have you ever had to kill anyone? Is that what you're doing? Come anywhere near me and I will. You say, to liars everywhere. I stayed, and sat, destroyed. You're no longer part of my life. Your face so close to my face. Your breath so hot. My in you're out. My out you're in. I say, these rips and folds. These half-cut holes. But now I have no others with me on this. If you're asleep, I'll not mind. Just tether your heart to my longing. The Machine PT1. This is another new year. I am 11 in New Year's now. I am coming to that time when in my earlier life I made myself, me, my heart, my fears, my wants and desires, my places and loves, my confusions. It was the 80s, I was sneaking smash hits and melody maker under the covers, figuring the closest I'd get to being a woman was Martin L. Gore, FFS. I should have called this Cekcahet. The teenage years, me, the rewritten rehash, more 12 inches disco extended remix than sequel though, more dodgy cover version than difficult second album. I'm not sure if all this is what I would have wanted back then, the first time. These performances, these words, these flaming walls, the harsh, grinding sound and fuzz of machinery, the churning video and lights. But I wonder, is this where I am now, trying to get back to my later child, reconstructing memories and dreams? And, is Cekcahet something that I am working on, developing as part of me, now, as part of this present, as it shifts into this future, or is it something that I am attempting to insert into a reconstructed past, something that I can, still later, delve back into, look back at, towards? Is it a performance of remembering, part fiction, obfs? I'm caught between different states, officially, born and created in one form, with time, experience, life, loves, people, messages, communications, and paperwork to much in the eyes of others, and living in another form that I have been both dreaming of and manufacturing for years, to remake myself anew. I have yet more proofs now, of who I am and will continue to be, proofs on paper, proofs in stone, written, recorded, official, statements in full. But it takes time, and I am still finding out and making my new story, and new, more papers, more phone calls, lists of admin done, years of ticking more and different boxes, making changes, paying money, seeing white coats, going under, taking the drugs, making nice. A while back, a tableful of folk who I never met agreed I'd been putting the effort in. It's not about wanting to have been in two bands, the 80s pop one and the 20s alt spin-off, not about going it alone after cutting ties with the group. I'm only the backing singer, anyway, always 20 feet from stardom. My two states, it's complicated, they're complicated. What I find I have started is a rewriting of older songs, stories, or at least, creating new songs that have begun seeping down, leaking onto and into, staining, warping and slowly giving new form to the old sounds, shapes and words underneath. This point of my life was and is important, all over again, and I'm making a promise to myself to make that long-awaited 10 inches 250 limited run. It'll be a split, me and me, two sides of the same vinyl. Just don't let someone leave it out in the sun, make a fucking vase from it. The Machine PT2. I wasn't awake when I was young, I didn't look up, listen, think and explore, or ask why. I was too busy in my cap at chess club, on my skates at roller disco, being a boyfriend. And I nag at myself for that. Maybe Cekcahet is a recording of myself singing over the top of every song from my past, trying a rewrite of the same material but with a different voice, different cover art, a different way of seeing, listening, and a new format. I am not claiming revelations for my art practice. It can't exist in a vacuum, but neither can it claim to position itself alongside anything other than my own life, even if my past nor my future make real sense to me if I concentrate. Could Cekcahet be a way of trying to record myself, into, an old unreleased banger? There, recreation, reopening of space between archive and aesthetic, archive of my own life and aesthetic of something I am, remaking. The space is tight, but it's not new. It's always been there, it's just well covered, hard to keep track of, and not an easy place in which to settle. Cekcahet is at once both identifying and destabilizing, an exploration of secrecy and lived life, and a search for a safe place within the hard-wild reality of being trans. Cekcahet, trans panic is an imagining of experience, success, failure, and a desire to find a place in the world. It's what I say to people. But that's all everyone tries to do, find a place, isn't it? Perhaps some more than others? There's always a need to find kin, closeness, a flattening of hierarchy, an equality and respect, an understanding and want, a hope for one another, a rhythm, a beat. Cekcahet, Transpanic. This title, my title, is a sidelong personal in-joke, at my own expense, a misheard, misinterpretation, a half-truth and reconstruction. When I am asked about trans people and transitioning, I think to myself about the frantic terror of being in this body, a mess either side of its interruption. This mind of mine, its fright, flight then fight to make good a place, and be safe. I think of the turmoil of media and political untruths, the exhausting public and proud abuses, the barrage of disinformation. I think of the nonsense talked about trans people, the excuses that empower others to exclude, beat, hate, rape and kill us. I think of the panic we induce. It is a fight being trans, and it's often the same fight every day. There's so much out of reach for me, physically and mentally, but Cekcahet gives me opportunity and means to be visible and purposeful, even if it will take my head above the safety of the parapets that I love to secrete myself behind. As I continually try to conquer my own personal fears and armor up, I am hoping to, in small ways, to bring and turn the fight, reclaim some ground. So long as, together with the many other trans people just living our messy lives, I am the button, but in every gender-regulated space, I am part of this fight. Trans panic isn't a way out for others to excuse their hatred, their violence, their mocking, hands up, smirking for innocent defense. It's our lives we're fighting for here. This panic is ours, mine.